Welcome to Retired to Ride Tour 2024 and video number 24. You find us early in the morning in the city of Zaragoza, and we're going to be heading south today. We got up early to clear the city before the traffic, and cities early in the morning all seem to have their own character. Zaragoza is very beautiful. Relying on the sat-nav, which takes us in some weird and wonderful directions, well, seems to me anyway, we just make our way quietly, early morning, out of the city towards the A222. In the early morning sun, we pass all the little cafes and restaurants we frequented last night. This being video 24, it's the last, the final, the penultimate video of this tour. In 2 days' time, when we get back to our home in the very south of Spain, we will have been on the road for 4 months. If you're interested to see our time in Zaragoza, you'd have to watch video number 23. The morning sunshine here in Zaragoza promises good weather for the rest of the day. Fingers crossed. We're hoping to represent in this video more about a whole day in the saddle. Most of our other videos are edited to about 30 minutes. This will be a longer video, but you should get some idea of what it's like to be on the road in Spain for a whole day. Approaching the outskirts of Zaragoza now, and we're looking forward to some good riding roads. And here is our route today from Zaragoza to Cuenca. On the open road on the A222, and searching for breakfast and coffee, because we left that early from Zaragoza, we didn't have any breakfast. After 4 months now on the road, I'm not afraid to admit that we're both a bit tired, physically tired, riding tired. But this weather and these roads, we were just as excited as we were 4 months before when we left southern Spain. Having studied the map and planned this route very carefully today, we know there's going to be some amazing roads ahead. Time to fill up the tank on the bike with petrol, 29 litres it takes, and then coffee and breakfast before getting back on the road. You may have noticed there that the petrol is an attended service, which is normal in Spain. Good morning, we've left Zaragoza and we're on our way to Teruel on the A222 and the A420, I think. Should be some good roads ahead. See you later. And then we're off. It's around about 20 degrees now. Not a cloud in the sky. And I think this is the first time in a couple of weeks that we're riding without waterproofs on. And a great benefit to us anyway. We've almost got these roads to ourselves. The scenery in Spain never disappoints us. It's such a beautiful country. We've been climbing for quite a while now, and we're expecting to see two sets or two mountain ranges. And the second one should take us, I don't know, at least 1,000 meters up. This map gives you a bit of an idea of the road ahead and the mountainous region we're going through. Warm and happy in the sunshine. I don't know how long we'll ride before we have to stop for aching limbs of old bodies, but we're really enjoying this. It's a steady 80 to 90 kilometers an hour kind of day. And at these speeds, it's much easier for Brenda to use the camera. And obviously, keeping the flow and the smoothness of the ride helps her too. In Spanish, perhaps I'd say, Yo soy suave. The road network in Spain is amazing. It's just wonderful. These roads are just perfect for motorbikes. It's early September now, and in my humble little opinion, it's a good month to be touring on a motorbike in Spain. And I think you can see why. After a few hours of being on the bike, we tend to find ourselves moving around on the saddle a bit just to maintain comfort. And luckily, this bike has got a very big saddle. It's actually a custom saddle called a Travelcade. It helps to be comfortable on the bum when you're riding these long distances. We're on the descent now, but we can already see the hills in the distance, so we know we're going to be climbing again soon. And sure enough, a couple of minutes later, we're on the ascent. This glorious, beautiful scenery seems to be never ending, and it's just why we're retired to ride in Spain. It's beautiful, isn't it? The bike is shod with Bridgestone Batlax touring tyres, and they're pretty good. I really like them. Do the job, and we don't slip and slide. Grip the road like sticky stuff to a blanket. For satellite navigation, we're using Google Maps on the phone. The phone's attached to the bike, and we have a charger on the bike for the phone. Brenda the honey badger and myself are using Cardo intercoms in our crash helmets, and it's a pretty good system. Couple of other bikers enjoying the sun and the scenery today. Our bike, this old 1998 Honda Pan-European, has over 100,000 kilometers on the clock now. For such an old motorcycle, it's surprisingly effective still at doing what it was designed to do, which is cross continents, go touring. It's heavy, but remarkably good. Having just cleared one village, we find ourselves in the next one. What I've noticed is we're still climbing. We've got some way to go to the top. Even after 4 months on the road, we're still excited about the unseen and what we're going to experience next. And these endless ribbons of tarmac with hardly any traffic are perfect. And just so you know, we're both chit-chatting on the intercoms as we ride.
When Brenda speaks on the intercom, it sounds something like this. Whereas, if I speak on the intercom, it sounds like this.
Anyway, back to the road. I like it when Brenda does those 360 shots so we can see all around us. The climb now becomes more acute as we head towards the top of the Sierras. On the ridge above, we can see a sprinkling of wind turbines. Appearing out the other side of this tunnel, I don't know how high up we are, but the temperature has dropped by a few degrees. It's a lot cooler up here. As we ride, I'm reflecting upon and appreciating the people that have, and family and friends who have helped us or hosted us over the last 4 months. We couldn't have done this without those people offering their homes and their hearts to us. I'm very grateful. Thank you. Now our old bones are getting a bit weary, so we're looking for somewhere just to stop and have a leg stretch. It's been a good ride so far, but our aging bodies are telling us it's time for a break. I can see on the sat-nav that there's a village up ahead, so we decide to pull off the main road and go into that village just to stop, take a break, have a leg stretch, have some water before getting on our way again. Meandering through the village, I'm looking for a shady spot where it's safe to park up. And here we are. Time to relax, stretch our legs. On a long day's ride, it's important to us to take breaks and rehydrate and keep ourselves fit and active for the road ahead. Leaving the A222, we're now on the N420. And yet again, this is a scenic delight. The route we've taken bypasses the city of Teruel, and we only have to go through some of these small towns and villages, which are pleasant enough, but we're not in the mood for riding through cities today. Though our final destination is the city of Cuenca, which is set in the mountains of east central Spain, was founded by the Moors. It's a very interesting place. Then we pick up the A1513, which is a smaller road but will take us through the mountains. And you can see the hills or the mountains in the distance. Round about now, we're thinking about lunch too. We still have sunshine, clear blue skies, and temperatures around about 25 degrees now. Hopefully in this town ahead we'll find somewhere to have lunch. A quick head nod to this cruiser rider coming the other way. I bet he's having a good day. And then we see what we're looking for, this big yellow building, bar, hotel, restaurant. So in we go. Very nice people here, good service, and we order big bocadillos with tuna.
Ding, that's a good lunch.
Wonderful lunch stop. We're on the 1513 heading for the 2703, then on the 420 into Cuenca. Should be 2 hours at the max. And this road ahead, the 1513, we've already done some of it, but this next bit should be pretty spectacular. See you later.
Sore legs and bums forgotten, we get back into the ride, and this is going to be good.
During the 4 months of the tour, we've had to replace both the front and the rear tyres, and we had one problem in the Netherlands where the clutch needed some work, but other than that, it's been pretty good. The engine oil level is exactly the same as when we left home 4 months ago, and the coolant we've just had to top up a little bit. Pretty good bikes, these old Hondas. Once we're across the mountains, we will be linking up with a road called the 2073. And again, hopefully that's going to be spectacular. All the roads around Cuenca are like this. They're just amazing. I think later on we're going to come back and do some more. If you're still with us at this point, then I'm presuming you've got some understanding of what it's like to be on the bike all day. What a wonderful place Spain is, just to be riding motorbikes. I think in our last 4 months, Spain must have the best biking roads we've experienced. We've estimated that by the time we get home, the south of Spain, a little town called Mazaron, we will have completed 8,000 kilometers on this tour. And in total, around about 45,000 kilometers on this bike. If you're looking to ride or tour in Spain, particularly central Spain, this area around Cuenca, I think, should be somewhere on the top of your list. And what an effortless machine the old Pan-European is to travel these long distances. I also appreciate the fact that Brenda's holding the camera and doing her camera work for hour after hour. Her right arm will look like Arnold Schwarzenegger's by the end of this journey. Our final destination today, as I said before, is Cuenca, which is in the mountains of east central Spain. And Cuenca retains a historic walled town with steep cobbled streets and a medieval castle in ruins. And it's perched on a high limestone spur above the Yucar and Cuenca rivers. Most famous for its well-preserved casas colgadas, or hanging houses, which are cantilevered over the gorge. They seemingly cling to the cliff edges. Hopefully we're going to get to see them later on today or tomorrow morning. In the meantime, though, we're still enjoying the 1513 road. Wonderful. Cuenca came to prominence when the Moors captured the area in 714, because they soon realised the value of its strategic location, and they built a fortress there called Cuenca. A nice little on-bike shot from Brenda the honey badger. Historically in Cuenca there was a Sephardic Jewish community which was first recorded in 1177 until the expulsion of the Jews from Spain in 1492. In the 16th and 17th centuries, the Inquisition continued to prosecute the descendants of the conversos of Cuenca. The last trial took place from 1718 to 1725, where hundreds of crypto-Jews were cruelly persecuted under Philip V of Spain. So it's got some history, this place. When Brenda and I ride a road like this one, we forget all about our aches and pains and sore bums and whatever, because we're so absorbed in the road and the scenery and what's coming up next. Now we leave the 1513 and head out on the 2073. It seems to us that at every bend that you go around, the vista opens up to another spectacular scenery wonderland. Just beggars belief, it's so beautiful. And then, dotted across the landscape, the tiniest of villages or hamlets perched by the side of the road. You might have guessed by now that both of us share a love of blues music. It's later in the afternoon and the temperatures are up in the high 20s now. This road is turning out to be as good, or if not better, than the last one. Para nuestros espectadores españoles, tu país es fantástico. I was just informing our Spanish viewers how much we appreciate this country. There is, after all, so much to like about Spain, not just the roads. There's the culture, the history, the architecture, the scenery, and the wonderful people. Love it here. I'll just repeat the number of this road again. It's the A2073. What a road.
As you can see, there's so much traffic, I'm having a job squeezing through the gaps.
Isn't it amazing that these roads are so empty? For the last stretch of the 2073, we switched to some prog rock music. It's gonna get even more spectacular now. Brenda switches the camera angle so you get a different view as the bike goes through these twisties. Goodness me, that was some road. What a wonderful ride. We take the N420 into Cuenca, which is our place to stop tonight. Both tired but happy, we check into the hotel, which wasn't really much, just a room, and then quick shower, and we're out on the town for an evening stroll, a look around the town, and some dinner. It's a warm, balmy evening, so everybody's eating or drinking outside al fresco. We decide to do the same. And it's lomo, pork, for us this evening, and Badger then goes for a big old frozen yogurt. The next morning we're up early and we're heading out of Cuenca with the intention of doing a loop back in. So we're going out on the 9144, which is the bottom road, and coming in on that top smaller road. Following the road along the bottom of the gorge, and the hanging houses, or glimpses of them, will be seen on the left as we go along. It's around 17 degrees now, and warm in the sun, cool in the shade. But we're really looking forward to this, getting up to the top and the view over Cuenca. Glimpses of the hanging houses will now come up on the left. It does look like we're going to have another beautiful sunny day. The aim is to come in back into Cuenca along that top ridge line on the left. Fingers crossed we've got it right on the map, but I hope so. Either way, it's a very scenic morning ride. quick left turn and we're climbing up now along that ridge line. The views over the gorge make the ride worth it even to this point. So we're hopeful that this road will bring us back in to the top end of Cuenca.
I must admit, I'm looking forward to a bit of breakfast.
Yep, I'm pretty sure by now we've got the right road. I do like early morning rides when the day is fresh and new. There's something like a expectation for the day ahead at this point of the morning. Unless, of course, you're not a morning person. And even though the honey badger Brenda has not been awake long and is still a little bit fuzzy, her camera work is outstanding. So now it's just a little ride in to the top end of Cuenca, and there should be a car park there and somewhere for coffee and tostada. Straight in to the top end of the car park, and it's almost as if someone's left the space for us intentionally. Wow, that was just wow. And this is the view we've ridden up to see. And then it's time for very typical desayuno or breakfast before heading back down the hill into Cuenca, having a look round the beautiful marketplace and the old cathedral. And once we've done that, we decide to ride the bike back down the hill through the old town so you can see it. So this is the last day of our 2024 tour. When we get to the bottom, we're going to hit the or autovia or motorway all the way home to Matharon on the south coast. Mixed feelings today that it's come to an end. We're looking forward to being home, but we've had so many experiences over the last 4 months and 24 videos. It's been fabulous. A big shout out to our friends and family who've been part of the past 4 months, either riding with us or hosting us or meeting up with us along the way. It's been wonderful. Thank you all. As we slowly ride down the hill to the bottom of the gorge in Cuenca, we think about maybe we should take some more photographs of the hanging houses and put them up for you to look at. So that's what we're going to do. Anyway, I really do hope you've enjoyed spending time with us on this tour, and maybe you'll come back and watch another video soon.